Here we go. And we're back with another edition of Deliciously Dope's Daily Chronicles. I'm your host, Chef Rodney 117, here with the beautiful Eric Eating.
Thanks. What's up,
Infusions.
y'all?
Today, y'all, we got a little something for you. Y'all motherfuckers aren't even ready. I wasn't even ready. I got nervous right before the fucking show. All right, I'm going to calm down. Sorry. No, but check it out, guys. We have an awesome guest today, an awesome guest. The gentleman in question, y'all, is Mr. Jeremy Palco. Now, he supersedes his introduction with his hands-down nature, okay? It's down to earth, as simple as put, okay? Now, having injured himself from a very unfortunate football incident, Palco didn't stop him, y'all. It did not fucking stop him. He moved on from a knee injury to become an actor. Little did he know that he'd be out running zombies in his near future, but hey, yo, it doesn't even seem to slow him down, y'all. To me, that just shows that he's tenacious as ever. Definitely a person that I want to associate and talk to, right? Now, that it brings up a couple of questions. You know, I want to know how cannabis has helped him through this juggling career, you know, a lifetime of the shit show that we call 2020. You know, this dude's got a career that spans from The Walking Dead, y'all, to Bloodline, to Never Back Down. Homie did a Madden voiceover. He's in Ruthless. Dude, he has a quick pit stop on screen in a part in Sleepy Hollow. Dude, that's nothing short of impressive. That's an impressive ass drive. You feel me? Yeah. You feel me? Then when you thought that he couldn't do anything more, homie knocked it out of the park, Bob Ross style. He started painting. And let me tell you what, hands down, it's some of the best art that I've seen, you know, period. And I look at art on a plate. No, art by Palco, y'all, check it out. This shit makes it really easy for you to see something gorgeous hanging. Dude, it's hanging on my wall as we speak. Now, this is just more than images, people. This is more than art. These are windows that peer into the world of art, unseen by nature, okay? Now, after becoming a successful actor, he decided to do the right thing in life, man. He got him a little fucking beagle puppy named Jonesy.
Yes.
That's awesome. With everything else going on, he's got to juggle a full-time life, a successful acting career, and Jones. Guys, welcome Mr. Jeremy Palco to the show. Jeremy, how you doing, dog?
What's up, Jeremy?
Doing all right, man. Thanks for the intro. That was awesome.
Thank you. No, I tried to make it sound as cool as I tried. I tried, man. Good morning to you. Good morning.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good morning, Jeremy.
Good. Just fucking toking it up, man. Toking it up.
Let's get it
I got a present. Roken Vapes sent me this little like dial it in, do it yourself thing. I told them I didn't like carts. They were like, "Yeah, change your mind. Let's try it."
That's a temperature changeable. You know, you can adjust the output on the battery there, so you can lower it and get some extra flavors in there. You can raise it and get that huge hit.
That's really good.
You want to really one hit and step back in the chair for a little bit, you know, but that's a beautiful little rig right there.
Dude, yeah, you got to get one of these. I'll get you one of these. This is really good. Roken Vapes, y'all. Roken Vapes. Definitely got to get one of those.
I think those like kind of Matchbox style kind of fit in the pocket better. You know, sometimes I've had pen ones that like break in half while I'm doing things with it, you know, in my pocket and things. So
absolutely.
I like the look of those.
Absolutely. I mean, it is what it is. Oh, man. So let me ask you this, man. I've been wondering since we've been talking a little bit back and forth.
Yeah.
What's your favorite strain? I
have no idea. I'll just start the conversation with like,
yeah,
I'm pretty new to the game. I mean, as of about probably 2 years ago is probably when I had my first probably edible or joint. And, you know, I'm learning as I go, but I do say that, you know, the stigma that I grew up with, I think most 80s kids and 90s kids might have grown up with is just, you know, not what not what it is, just straight out. So, but favorite strand, I don't know.
You figured out
madness,
if you like indicas or sativas or anything?
Something like that. Yeah, probably sativa. So.
Okay.
Well, we can definitely help you out with like learning shit.
Basic.
What's up? Exactly. I mean, yeah, man, like if you ever have any questions about anything, let us know, dude. Like, you know, if we don't have the answer for you, we're going to help you find somebody that does. You know what I mean? Because then at the end of the day, we learn too. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. And, you know, even like the whole discussion indica versus sativa, it's starting to change nowadays.
Yep.
Like that might not even be like categories here in the near future. So like they're like categorizing more based on like actually getting down the genetics and also beyond that level, like the terpene profiles. So might be something totally different here in a few years as far as sativa indica might be a thing of the past, actually.
Which is interesting because they're now fucking selling points.
Yeah, big time.
You know,
I mean, I know like the way I learned it was, you know, sativas were more like kind of closer to like the equator. So they'd have skinnier leaves that have longer between internodes, that have a little bit more wispier buds, you know, versus the indicas that were more up in the mountains and things like that, have the fatter leaves. They had to hold on to moisture better during closer to the equator. You want to get rid of the moisture. If you're hot, you kind of span out and stuff, you know. If you're cold, you bring your stuff in. And that's what's kind of changed the cannabinoid profiles over times and stuff. But, you know, I don't know how much legitimacy there is to that and stuff. But
and logically,
it sounds about right. Yeah.
You know.
So
plus now there's actually like funding, so there's actually time for people to learn about the different layers, you know, as opposed to before the stigma probably scared away people from actually putting money into it.
Oh, so, big time.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's one of those things where like, you know, so we're picking up where history left off. You feel me? Like back in the 20s and 30s when you know, the smear campaigns happened and all of that shit, like the ideologies back then where cannabis was medicine, we're starting to adopt those again. You know what I'm saying? And it's becoming mainstream like it used to be, you know, marijuana, cigarettes, and the whole nine. I'm just hoping that we leave a lot of that racist bullshit back in the 20s. You feel me? Like leave that mistake, but don't repeat that shit. But let's pick up where cannabis was supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? And continue that shit further. You know what I mean? Now, Palco.
Yo.
How was it, man, on the scene of The Walking Dead? Tell me.
Man, transition period. I love it. That was a game changer for sure. Not only like career wise, but like just life wise. I had read for it a few times. Years actually, probably about 6 years before I actually got on the show.
Wow.
I mean, straight into the fire. I went from like having never really seen the show, and then I got cast in the show, so I watched 5 seasons in like 4 days.
Yeah.
And then it read for it again and was on set the next week. So I went from like,
oh damn,
you know, when you binge a show and you're just like on your mind for a while.
Yeah.
Like, walking straight into that world and being like, you know, I was very fortunate in my character. I played Andy in the show. Like all my first days on set were all with the actors, like the main actors. So it was kind of intimidating, but I mean, just amazing crew and people all around. And it's definitely been that one project that has followed me, and I love it. I mean, I absolutely am like humbled and flattered by like the amount of fans out there that, you know, are invested in this show. So that is definitely, that was a great experience. So, and it continues to be, honestly.
I can only imagine being thrown into something like that, you know, like, especially without having, you know, that's had 5 seasons before then. You weren't like, you know, super into it or anything, and just like binging them all and being thrown into
Binged it, did my work, and it was worth it.
Oh, I can imagine. That'd be beautiful. What was like the cannabis use on set? Like, were anybody smoking weed? Were they edibles? Was there, you know?
Honestly, this was before I was into it, so if it was going on, I didn't see it. But I
didn't even know.
I did not witness anything on set.
Nothing about it.
Things like that is usually behind doors. Safety meetings.
There's a scene where you get into a fight with Norman Reedus's character, right?
Daryl Dixon and Michael Cutlets, I believe.
Let me ask you this: if you're in a scene,
you're about to go
one of the Boondock Saints, that had to have been going through your head, dude.
Oh man, I mean, it's so ironic. I remember when I was like 15 and I saw the Boondock Saints. My dad showed me the movie. I remember thinking, man, that would be cool to be an actor. And like, Norman Reedus was obviously a lot of my favorites growing up. But when I got to set, one of the first thoughts was, wow, I get to work with the Boondock Saints. So
Right.
definitely there a little bit. So
yeah, I'm just saying because like that I would have been like, hey, do the prayer. Give me one.
right.
No, that's awesome, man. That's and you know what? A lot of people would have done the exact same thing, bro. You feel me? The exact same thing. Now, let's bring it back to talking about cannabis. I was just curious, man. Color me curious. Sorry. How has cannabis kind of helped you? Like you said, you were new to this, right? Couple of years, but how has cannabis really helped you medically, if you will?
I mean, medically, it's hard to describe the medical benefits because I've always been kind of like, athletic, like try to keep up with, staying fit and active.
Right.
Through years of playing physical sports, football, lacrosse, just every sport. I was in martial arts, baseball. Did I scare everybody off with this?
No, dude.
No, I'm right here with you, James, man. I know what you're talking about.
Sorry.
There we go.
Yeah, well, since I started kind of using
You're
it
good. Sorry.
more on a regular basis, I find myself being more active and my body feels like way better. I mean, I've had 2 knee surgeries. I've had shoulder surgeries. I had a rib issue with my heart. And I can honestly say once I started kind of, smoking kind of on a regular that like my body feels amazing. I'm far more active. I'm outside hiking all the time and running again, which I had years where I couldn't run just because I didn't feel medically fit. And no matter the amount of aspirins and ibuprofens and things like that, like I really did find a medical side to it, as opposed to just that cliche, stoner guy.
Right. Right.
Having introduced it into my life, it's really, I've seen 1,000 more benefits than I have, negative sides.
Yeah. I think you hear that a lot of times when people kind of get introduced later in life, not in their teenage years. Like it's usually, it's one thing to use every once in a while socially or something with like a new friend group at that age, but like to get into using regularly, there's usually some sort of benefit that's noticed between when you're not smoking and when you are, or using whatever form. There's so many different ways to use cannabis.
So here's a question I was going to ask you. Would you agree, since and I can ask you because you're only a few years into your journey, if you will, of cannabis.
Yeah, I'll take it.
So would you agree that most people that are more accepting of cannabis begin with CBD and move into THC?
I really don't know. I never got into the CBD. I kind of skipped that just because, I kind of had a quick education on some of these things.
Okay.
And I'll name drop him once, but my buddy Peter Dante, who is well known as an actor, and
Peter Dante.
Peter Dante, yeah. Awesome guy. But he kind of introduced it to me. And if you don't know who he is, he's grandma's boy, basically one of his.
Oh shit! Now I know what you're talking about. I was trying to blend it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So he was kind enough to give me a quick education on certain things, and.
Cool.
They told me that CBD was kind of not the way to go, but he does have a brand now of CBD oil.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, like medicines, I think.
Absolutely.
Very cool.
Roll on pain sticks and things like that. But
I'm definitely
never really.
Yeah, send me the link to that. I want to try that stuff out for sure, dude.
Absolutely.
But no, it's so let me ask you this. Doing some voiceover work, okay? A commercial pops up your way in the next year or so, obviously a paid gig. And it's for a cannabis brand for like, a network, let's say Food Network. Okay. Yeah. And it's a voiceover for like, a cannabis plant or something, something animated, but its main drive is selling cannabis product. Would you take that job?
You said it paid, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Done.
All right. So exactly. So that's my point. So like, you as an actor
tell you yes. So
yeah, absolutely. And that's what I'm saying was like, as an actor, cannabis doesn't bother you at all. There's no stigma.
No.
Exactly. That was my question. A lot of people, in my mind, to get to the point, there's a stigma in America. We all know it's there. You know what I'm saying? if we have more people kind of getting behind, like, no, this actually fucking helped me medically and help me, you know, from this and this and that and the other, we can help erase that stigma. That's where I was going with that.
As somebody, you know, like I truly, truly love acting, but there is moments of just pure terror where there's like, you know, pressures and, you know, memorizing lines and,
Right.
you know, a good amount of pressure and anxiety. And with that comes depression at sometimes. And for a lot of actors out there. And I'm very fortunate. I get to travel quite a bit for Comic-Cons and conventions and things of that nature. But some of those can be, I mean, I've had my good days and bad days of just being overwhelmed, you know, with, you know, I don't know, lack of sleep, something like that. But I you know, cannabis absolutely helped me out with that. So the anxiety, depressions, all of it kind of just went away. So
sweet.
That's awesome.
Yeah, those are like high pressure situations.
It really did help with personal anxieties and things of that nature. So,
well, that'd be a lot of energy that you'd be coming across too, like all the different people and stuff like that. And if they're in maybe a bad mood, but they're excited, you might pick up on some of that energy and things like that. So,
yeah.
Sorry, I got my puppy running around the studio right now. He's all right. He just want to be part of the show, dog.
I got mine downstairs. He's sleeping. So
Jonesy. Oh yeah. Now I noticed in the background you got your art there. Now, honestly, and be honest here, do you think that consuming cannabis makes you more? Does it help artistically?
oh yeah.
Okay, just making sure, because right
well,
there.
even with the music,
I've done all sorts of ways, but I do notice that like late night when I'm, you know, but on my couch, like I'll take a hit and then I'll be like, I have to go paint something. So I'll stairs and yeah, absolutely. So it definitely
it's interesting.
Creative gates a little bit.
I'm gonna go ahead and check that off, because with me cooking, it's like I'll get high, but like, of course you're gonna get hungry. So, you know, being a chef, you're like, I'm gonna cook something. You know, Watson, dude, you sing. You know what I'm saying? It's like I've seen him go, all right, man, I'll be right back, and he'll literally like leave or go somewhere that's close in and record something on his phone. And I'm like, I know what you're doing. You don't know what I know it. No, I see it. Like I see what you're doing. I totally get it. You know, so it brings out like
remember stuff too. You don't want to like forget. So sometimes that kind of helps.
Yeah.
Technology now, we can do that quick.
Oh yeah.
With the creative moment, man. Like sometimes you just gotta work in the creative moment. So I think sometimes with like the pot like stimulates, and also it's like, oh, I've got to go record, or I got to go draw or paint, or
I mean,
when end up painting.
And it's been amazing and time consuming and just absolutely enjoyable, fun, and been selling a few too, so it's kind of
nice.
There you go.
Well, you got that one that's like a ocean like piece or whatever. Like I think you just posted a picture or something like that. That one I really like because it's got all the different colors and things like that.
Might be this one. Hold on. I got them all like behind me. So.
Oh, dude.
Nice. Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah, I like that.
That's real good. Look at that. Look at that. I told you. See how it's like reminiscent of the great Bob Ross.
Yeah.
I definitely tend to go through a lot of nature. Like I'm trying to like try different things. Hold on. I'll try this one. Yes, I like this one. This one's weird. You can see that.
That's abstract as hell. Okay, so from looking at that, like you're looking into a room, right?
Yeah. It was
all right.
Dude, happy accidents all around. Everything I've done, happy accidents.
So I'm gonna say Bob Ross with, ready for this, a little MC Escher.
Ooh,
you feel me?
Okay.
Because when I looked at that, I saw the view of the room as you wanted to, you know, proclaim through your art. I got that. Now remember, with Escher, he had that globe in his hand that was his entire reflection. You see what I'm saying?
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
Again. So,
dude, I'm telling you, like,
unless everyone knows what it is and I don't. So
no, absolutely no. They're saying the same thing. They're like, he's fucking high as hell.
Yeah, they were agreeing. Yeah. Fucking clue what you're talking about. So,
hang on 2 seconds. So let me. I know it's MC Escher. It's I don't know what it's called.
Well, it definitely has kind of like the dark undertones and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. Like I was like kind of creepy type vibes or whatever, which is kind of nice with like Halloween and all that we just got through, which is weird 2020 kind of Halloween that we just had. But like the dark kind of, I like that with the in your pictures you have that contrasted with a lot of like the different colors that are actually vibrant. So that's what's kind of cool with that.
Well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Did you
Yeah,
find it?
art's
I
definitely
found it.
popping.
Okay.
Okay, you found it. Put it
It's,
up.
yeah, it's MC Escher. It's circa 1925. Hand with reflection. Google that sometime.
I shall.
Absolutely, because no, seriously, like you'll be like, oh my god, okay, I see it. Yeah, I love it, man. And you know what? Hopefully, it inspires you to draw another one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
People have kind of asked that question. It's something I'm not used to because I've only been doing this for a little bit. But they're like, "What
Right.
do you do and what, where does it come from?" Like, I have no idea. Like, whatever I'm thinking of, honestly. And
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
grab some paint and grab some canvas. So
There you go. Now, what kind of paint do you use? I know there's different artists that like different kinds of paint. What do you like?
generally, the kind that's on sale at Michael's.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. There we go.
I
There we
mean,
go.
Like, I just
Send
walked.
this man some coupons.
Yeah.
Had like 5,000 colors and just threw them all in a basket. And I keep telling myself every day that I'm going to organize them, and I just never do.
Organized chaos.
I don't even want to show you my bathroom, but it is everywhere. It's horrible.
I dig it. Now, have you what's the biggest painting you've done? I guess is a question that I'd like to ask.
I think it was 24 by 20, and it was just a shade smaller than that one up there.
Okay.
So, but that one was commission based, which I've only done 2
Okay.
ones, which I don't really like because people are like, "Hey, draw me this specifically."
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Just,
I don't
it's
do the
like
best
they
of that.
realize how bad of an artist you really. It's like that does not look like a bird ever.
That's
but
not
it's
a
your
bird.
bird,
Yeah,
and that's
it's
why
your
they give you the
interpretation.
commission.
There we go.
That's why they're paying you for your touch on that bird.
Yeah, I did draw a bird for a friend. It came out okay. I was okay with it.
I share those similar feelings with you about artwork.
It's
when
like-
I do it from within, it's like, it's just my touch. But then when someone tells me, an idea or I try to replicate
It really
something,
is.
dang.
It really is. Like, you get this little bit of confidence. Like, oh, I can paint whatever. And someone's like, draw me a house, and you're like, fuck that.
All right.
It's like I paid you for a bird. No, you paid for a squiggle, and that's what you got.
Right? If you look at it with imagination, it looks like a bird.
Yeah.
How high were you? Yes.
James, when did you get into painting
Yes.
and drawing, or just like art in as far as like paper and colors, pencils, anything like that?
Like 3 months ago. Seriously.
Yes.
Wow, really?
Killing
Are you
it.
kidding?
Killing it.
I have never touched a paintbrush or a canvas in my life.
Okay.
And then 3 months ago, it was like right when quarantine kind of hit.
Yeah.
That first 2 weeks of weirdness where like death counts were going up and
Yeah.
Right.
we're closing down. My old buddy Patrick used to live here, had a painting on the wall, and it's the American flag. And I was just thinking, I want to paint over that for some reason. And so I drew a Seattle skyline because I'm from Seattle.
Right.
Sweet.
Kind of there, and it's still downstairs. But then I'm like, I kind of want to paint. And I went to like the dollar store, and I got a bunch of canvas, and I went to Michael's and got paints, and I legit just started doodling, and which is what I call it, just doodling.
Yeah.
And this art dealer called me on Instagram. He found me, and he offered me a pretty nice check for a piece of art, and I said sure. So I sent it to him, and I kind of used that money, and I bought some more stuff, and just every day I started doing
Do it.
just simple weird things, and then
So it's like you just manifested it really, and it just happens naturally, right? Like
I mean,
synergy.
one day I was watching Fight Club, like legit, and I came upstairs, and I'll show you guys later, but there's like all the paintings I'm working on just kind of sit in the corner.
Okay.
Until I kind of want to use them, I guess, but I kind of
Right.
there was one that looked like Fight Club, looked like a bar of soap, so I kind of just stenciled Brad Pitt's
Oh,
face.
shit.
And again, somebody bought it and just kind of gave me that confidence to keep going. So now it's kind of turned into, it's just fun. It's just a whole lot of fun.
Yeah.
You are
Really,
totally right about that.
That's weird for me, having never even thought about, art. And now, like, that's all I see everywhere. Like, I live in Atlanta, and so I've been walking around the city, quite a bit lately, and there's a beautiful art everywhere on the wall. So, yeah, kind of a new world for me, man.
That's cool because I think like it sounds like you just like followed your heart and did what you want to do. Then all of a sudden, like you realize and other people realize that that's something that they would like, you know,
Yeah.
and so now it's kind of growing into something that
Yeah,
I can't wait to continue to see some of your artwork that you continue.
Well, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I'm thinking it. I want to buy one of those canvases. It's like, you know, like $400. It's like the side of a house.
Oh shit.
Start chucking paint on it, man. Like,
Yeah.
Yo, so funny. What's that the spirally, like they'll poke holes in a bucket, right?
yeah.
And then they'll put a canvas under and they spin it.
Yeah, somebody introduced me to this artist online, and he's got really cool stuff. I forgot his name, but he's very, you know, like 50 million followers. But yeah, he's got that big studio with the canvas, and he pokes holes in the buckets and spins them.
Yeah,
It looks fresh.
I mean, that stuff just comes out crazy looking and
Oh
awesome.
yeah, I was gonna say, yo, I mean, you want to do some art?
Yeah.
Shit, I'll bring a bucket. We'll tie it to something. You know, I'll bring a couple joints and we'll spin that bitch.
Spin it.
Shit, fuck it, we'll spin it.
Spin it.
Hell yeah. Because, like, you know, it'd be really cool, like, in the center, just, like, you know, somehow get the stencil of, like, a joint or something or, like, a cannabis leaf and then spin the colors around that and then peel it off. And there you go.
See, that's all.
There you go.
That's
Cash
beautiful
money.
right there, man. That's
I'm very,
before it gets
very
too cold
lifted,
outside.
but at the same time. No, that sounds brilliant, though, man. Like, I would definitely come to Georgia for that shit, that and the peaches.
Come on down.
No, I'm telling you, that's a thing. That's a thing. That's absolutely a thing. With that being said, that leads us to our first segment called This Week. This Week I Learned.
Happy.
That was Greg the Head. Or Brain or whatever his name is. Anyhow, this week I learned that honestly, it doesn't matter what I try to do to keep the fire alarms from going off in my house. Babe, we need to get rid of these bitches. Like, I set them off daily, constantly. Why do we still have them? I love you, but damn.
Yeah, it's better to be safe
What's that?
than sorry, I guess, you know.
Here's the worst part. She fucking knows I'm doing it too, because then she texts my phone. Why are you smoking next? Go outside.
You're out of control.
It's 10:17 in the morning. What are you doing?
I'm doing my show. I feel like that kid that's yelling at his mom with the basement stairs.
Doing my show.
I'm talking to Jeremy Palco. Leave me alone. She was like, tell him I said hi. You don't even know who he is. She's like, Andy said he'll beat your ass. And it's like, how do you know him? I watch Walking Dead more than you do. No, it's a conversation we actually had. She's a huge fan, by the way. Huge fan. Beth, you said hello, leave me alone. That's all she wanted. But no, it's I learned that, like, yeah, seriously. It doesn't matter what side of the political fence you sit on, just go vote. That's what it is. That's what I fucking learned. And that's all I'm gonna say on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't fucking matter. I don't give a shit. I really don't. Don't be a shitty person. You know, don't hate on me. I ain't gonna hate on you. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Help an old lady cross the road. You feel me? Like, Palco, dude, you look like the kind of guy, but like, yo, hang on. And just like, just shit down. You would do that. You feel me? You know, very down to earth, bro. And I appreciate that. You feel me? Like, that energy, man, that's what we need to be about. Okay?
Yeah.
Help each other. Okay? I don't give a shit. You can vote whatever color you want to. Just don't be a shitty human being about it. And don't stop others from being able to do the same thing.
Yeah.
That violates number one if you stop people from doing stuff. So yeah.
Yeah.
Rule number one: don't be a shitty person.
Yeah. Exactly. You know, thank you. Yeah. Now, Palco, this week, is there something that you've learned?
Is there something I've learned this week? Oh, I'm sure. There's plenty of things I've learned, but not that I can think of. Sorry.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine.
There's hope in humanity. How about that? There's hope.
Yeah. That'll work.
Yeah, I heard that. That's beautiful.
I like
That's a good one.
The voting thing, like the record numbers have been.
Mm-hmm.
As somebody who I voted, my first time voting was probably 2008. So I was definitely a few years late to the game. So seeing people come out in record numbers, it says a lot. And so that's what I learned this week, that there's hope.
Yeah, there's always hope. I can agree with that. And I think with the voting thing, definitely educate yourself. Everybody out there, educate yourselves on what your values are, what you want to see, what change you want to see, and match that up with the people you're voting for, and go out there and do what's right, as we all said.
All right.
What I learned this week was that it was something actually art-wise. Let's share that. Let's go along with the art. As you might have seen, the blunt costume. I had a lot of fun building that. And it has some more touches that need to be done on it to get it the shape that I really wanted it to be. But I really realized that I could just sit there and make costumes another thing and be very happy about that.
Question.
Just
if we did an event, we were judging an event, like a cannabis cup or something, would you wear that?
Hell yeah. I'm going to be wearing that for marketing and all types of stuff, man. Are you kidding me? I got a couple more touch-ups. There's probably going to be some others, infusion patches and stuff.
You should. That should be like your like mascot.
Yeah, it'd be one of them.
There you go.
Since now I've found I love, who knows? I might pick up crocheting or knitting next.
You should. You absolutely. If that makes you, I'm saying, if it makes you happy, do it.
Yes, that's the moral of the story. And there's things that make you happy, just go out and do them. And you never know if an art dealer is going to get a hold of you, if you're going to get inspired to make some mascots for your business. And who knows what?
That was like meant to be. You know what I'm saying? You're like, okay, shit, maybe this is like, coming. I'm supposed to do this. It felt right.
It definitely, just it's still weird to me, to talk about art and to like think about art, because I was that guy that would stare at something. There was a dot and a line, and someone's like, "Oh, this is $10 million," and I'm like, "You guys are all idiots," and I don't know. Maybe now I'd be talked down to like $2 million. Maybe.
Yeah. You're like, pay a bill.
I really do think it's different for everybody, and that's what I enjoy about it. So,
as an artist, would you donate? Like, would you do stuff for charity?
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
All right. I like that. See, I don't like the artists that don't. Because let's face it, there are some artists out there that, like you said, 20 million for, it looks like one color dot on a board to us. You know what I'm saying?
No, really, like I just did my first kind of art show. It was called The Camp down in Sonoma, Georgia. It was a Walking Dead event, but we raised money for a good cause. But I found that when people kind of look at artwork and they find something in it, that just totally makes their world better. I mean, I can look at something that I've done and be like, man, that took me 3 minutes, yesterday or something like that. But they look at it and it makes their world. So giving that person that thing makes me feel better, So it's almost like, yeah.
Well, speaking of
that's a full circle right there.
Yeah, that's full circle. Speaking of feeling better, that actually leads us right into our second segment of the show called The Cutting Board. Okay, I need to teach that person how to cut peppers. Sorry about that, y'all. But the point is, the cutting board is where we take a cannabinoid out of the spectrum, pull it out, and break it down for y'all. Kind of like a little bit of what it does, how it helps us, what we know about it. Okay. Now, I know I'm going to stump you on this one, Palco. What do you got for me? You got a favorite cannabinoid?
No, but I'm open for suggestions. So give me the top 10.
So the top 10, there really is no top 10. There's 113 in the body. You know what I'm saying? The one that I wanted to talk about this week was CBGA. Okay. There's a couple of reasons why. Okay. Now, the reason that I really wanted to point this out is so we can start educating. So, because everybody's like, hey, how are you just going to pick a random one? All right, fine. Let's start with the mother of all cannabinoids, which is CBGA. That one, when it's exposed to 3 different enzymes, they convert the compound into either THCA, which is something that everybody looks for now, CBDA, which is, I'm guessing part of the CBD spectrum. That son of a bitch is huge.
Yeah, it's the acidic form of CBD, which then will turn into CBD as well.
Or CBCA, right?
It's similar to carboxylating THC. It turns the acidic forms of THC, the THCA, into the Delta 19.
There's a
Right.
lot of letters involved.
A lot of letters. And it's funny. That's the hardest part of it,
I
y'all.
feel like I'm in chemistry class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
It really
the hardest
is.
part.
In all reality, they'll start in certain areas in a few different compounds and turn into these different compounds. It happens a lot in nature and in plants and chemistry.
Mhm.
You know, so.
The reason I wanted to also bring up, CBGA, there are some potential medical benefits, man.
Yes. Yeah.
Cardiovascular disease. I mean, that's what we're hearing. You know what I'm saying? So right now, CBG, that would make sense with everything that's going on, y'all. You see what I'm saying? They're saying blood clots and shit with COVID, all that bullshit.
Mm.
It depends on where but they're saying that. You have to understand that's going to scare people.
Yeah.
All right, you want to be healthy, y'all? Get you some CBD and some medical marijuana in you. That's just it. I'm not saying this to fucking knock on wood here or anything like that. But
Well, there's edibles and there's
Well, hang
different
on.
forms.
who do you know who smokes weed as COVID? I'm being serious. Name someone. We can all think of somebody who has had
I
COVID.
don't know.
We've heard
Yeah.
about it, but do they smoke weed?
That's an interesting correlation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
There has been actually articles, and my roommate has done research on this, but that proven fact, that
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy, actually. To think
You feel me?
I know a
And-
few people that when they got tested for their antibodies
Yeah.
showed they had it previously, but they
Right.
had like no clue.
But they smoke
You know.
weed.
So yeah, and they're everyday smokers.
Right.
That's
So I don't know any
You feel
everyday
me?
smoker close to me.
My point is-
but I'm not everybody that's close to me has gotten COVID either. So
You're smoking a joint, right? Unbeknownst to you, you're getting the medical benefits of CBGA, the
yes.
mother of all cannabinoids, which it helps with cardiovascular disease. No blood clots or anything like that. That, dude, I'm telling you, that's got to be a buffer.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I've had clots in my life, so I've had surgeries for blood clots.
Right.
Oh wow.
Right.
And I've noticed that cannabis, helps, athletically, getting me up every day and feeling energized to go for a run and go for a hike. So I can attest to that as well.
There you go.
Yeah.
So when you wake up, what's the first thing you do? You go straight for it, or you just go about your day and use it as you need?
I'm generally coffee in the morning, so I like to get a few things done. Again, I'm not like a daily, but quarantine has definitely kicked it up a notch, and it's more.
Yep.
More
Yeah.
like every
As it
other
should. Yeah.
day.
That's
It's
for
more
me.
like every other day, but no, it's generally in the evening. So it's like when I fully know that I'm going to be home for the remainder of the day, and I'm not
Yep.
going. So
Sounds like he's an indica person, as we would put it.
I'm not as confident as
Yeah.
smoking and then going out, doing my daily business yet.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And that'll come with time.
But I definitely notice that, obviously I feel the effects, the next morning, but it's a good effect, that's for sure. So
I fucking hate dry mouth. That's we can breed that shit out real quick. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, guys. And that's just it. I'm allergic to smoke, so you could just imagine trying to smoke a blunt as a kid and trying to impress a girl. Just allergies, and you're just like, nope. No, I'm not getting laid tonight. You know what I mean? That's not happening. I'm gonna go home and saline my nose now and smoke a joint and cry myself to sleep. But which is funny because the girl that I thought about during high school, that's my girlfriend now, and she's like, "Oh, it's so adorable when you do that." I was like, "It's not funny." And got the nutty pot.
I was just gonna say you in there with the nutty pot. That's
She's
true,
there.
right?
You might see some blackmail pictures flying around the internet soon. No, man, that's crazy. You were on one of my all-time favorite shows. Okay.
Hollow, you said?
Sleepy Hollow. Yes. For those of you who haven't watched it, it's on Hulu, I believe now, right? Yeah, Hulu.
I think so.
Go back and watch it. It's worth it. I purposely went back and watched your episode. Now, I don't remember because there's monsters and creatures and shit in it. For those of we know what we're talking about. But it's I forget the name of the creature, I forget the name of the thing that killed you. I don't remember that.
I don't really know. I've never actually seen the show.
Hey, no worries. No, it's good. You looked good. You looked good. Okay.
They look good.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
were really looking creatures, so
Yeah. And it's just because in your scene, something happens, you're like a sewer worker or something like that. You had the little the light, the flashlight. You know what I'm saying?
like a power line construction guy.
Yeah.
That and everything. So
and you guys come up on like this like little like ancient, okay, for those of us, I'm gonna date myself here, that have watched Power Rangers, like that little capsule on the moon that like let go Rita Repulsa. Yeah, they found one of those bitches. Why would you do that? You've seen Power Rangers. Why would you open that son bitch?
Open that thing.
Exactly. So of course the first thing they do, they're like, yo, open that.
Yeah.
3 of you gone.
3 of us. Actually, I think I was the one that died.
Yeah. And the other 2, yeah. But that's, and then the next scene is like you all gutted out, laying on the floor. Like that's nasty. I shouldn't have included that part.
Is that weird to see like yourself like that when you have like a model of you like where you're basically dead? Is that weird to see?
You know, it's a little behind the scenes of that actual shooting of that show. My friend Nando and Chris were both cast as the other 2 guys. Now, Nando is Spanish descent and Chris is African American, and I am a white dude. So when we got to set to shoot, it was the 3 of us were the actors underground. Now, when my agent called, I was either going to be on set for 2 days or like a week. So I didn't really know what to pack for. And driving from Orlando to South Carolina, I packed up my car. And we got to set, and Chris and Nando, they had no idea who was one of the actors was going to die, which turned out to be me, and the other 2 had other scenes to shoot the next few days. When we got to set, the only dummy they had was a white dummy. So they looked at me and they're like, "Well, I think it's you." And sure enough, they mutilated that body in the next scene, which I wasn't even there for. So I shot for 2 days and I was gone. But those guys had a few other scenes to shoot, which was kind of fun.
That's still really cool, though.
Yeah.
That's still really cool. Like that supersedes anything I could say.
Cool shoot. So
yeah, well, that seems like that'd be kind of cool.
That is gnarly, and like was that before or after Walking Dead?
Oh, that was before.
Before? Yeah. I don't remember how the timelines worked. I don't live your life. I wish I could, but damn, but that's crazy. Like, so how would a person get into like voice acting? Like, how did you how somebody's like, hey, I heard you on the radio. I need you to pretend to be somebody.
Definitely a separate world from like regular actors. Like, there are people who dedicate their lives to their vocal cords, and they, that's their sole purpose is voiceover work. As an actor, I would love to do voiceover work. In fact, one of my dreams is to do like a Pixar movie. Like I would die like Incredibles Part 3 or something like that.
Absolutely.
Most of the stuff I've done has been either ADR looping, which is like you shoot something and then you go back later and you add your voice to it or add other things. But like strictly voiceover, I've done a couple things, but like the Madden football thing was pretty fun. Like I got to go to like EA Sports and they put me in like the makeup and the sensory balls and all that stuff. And I got to go, actually do voiceover, but to break in, like I'm still trying to work my way in. But for anyone who's looking to do that, you definitely need a reel of some sort, which with technology nowadays, you can do in your backyard. You can do in your closet. I mean, as long as it's professional sounding and you send it to the right agency, I'm sure, they could set you on the right path.
That just answers my question.
Yeah.
I was just curious because it's just like, we all seen the internet thing where the guy is like, he's got the voice for radio and like he's just a homeless guy. He's, thank you. And you're like, wow, you sound like a squeaky mouse when you don't do that, and he changed his life around. Like he went, from homeless, which his situation was dire, to like he was given this house and stuff and like rehabilitated as an announcer, like doing the job he wanted. And I was like, holy hell, that guy's the guy with the golden voice. If you type that in.
I remember him.
Yeah. That's my point. Like, and it's interesting because it's funny when that came out, I was in a metal band. And so I was screaming at people every night. Sometimes I was so drunk, I didn't know what I was saying. You know what I mean? But they loved it, and it's, I shredded my vocal cords doing that. And, couple, not really surgeries, but like I did like physical therapies and I had to go see like a laryngitis. Like it's I can't even say it. It's like, it's an ENT basically, but they're like focused on just the larynx. Okay. That's all they do. It's like speech therapy and shit like that. And like she would like massage my throat and have me say certain vowels and words and stuff. And I'm like, this is really weird if somebody walks in right now, But it's interesting because doing this now, doing these shows now, I'm right there with you, man. Like it's kind of like you being thrown into acting, at The Walking Dead. I'm being thrown into this, and it's different for me, man. So it's like, if we can find, something similar in life, that's one of many things I'm sure we can find. Which leads me into our next segment, some daily positivity, y'all. Pissed off Rachel Ray. That is why. But no, daily positivity, y'all. Yeah. We talk about something that just makes us smile, man. Makes us smile.
There's a lot of negative stuff just happening all over the place. Everybody can kind of feel like the energy is just kind of like a ick kind of sort of thing. So you got to remind people and remind yourself sometimes, I think, of that despite all the stuff that's going on, there's definitely hope, and especially throughout like creative avenues, music, art, stuff like that. Like there's so many things that we can do now. And with technology, it's changing the game.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Daily positivity.
Oh, daily positivity for me has to be some feedback. I've been getting out a lot. We just released the CBD line of pain rubs and tinctures and stuff, and sent them out to some family, friends, other people for some feedback, and have been, selling a lot of them as well. So almost every day I've gotten some really good positive feedback. From people without being able to sleep, major neck issues, arthritis, the pain rub in the CBD pain rub in conjunction with the CBD tinctures have been helping plenty of people out now. And feedback from, getting the best night's rest they have in multiple years, to finally not having those migraines and headaches, and just people sharing it as well.
You
so that's
talked
the positivity
you gotta send
as far as the hope, and in regards to relief, because sometimes you deal with things for years. When I was sick with digestive problems, it was 5 years, and I thought it was going to be the rest of my life. And so I know a lot of people are in that similar situation.
Absolutely.
And so just a tiny bit of relief, not that it can cure or take this pain away forever. We hold on to things for many different ways, but for many different reasons and stuff. But these are something that I have been getting a lot of really positive feedback, and that makes me just looking forward to producing more and getting this out to more and more people and sharing it with more people.
Hell yeah, dude. And that's my point. Like, I vibe that. I really do. It's part of that synergy for sure. I mean, and that's the thing, but I do have to warn you, you just talked it up. You got to send him some now.
Oh, I got you some.
I was about to say, you can't talk it up. You're just like, shit.
You said you haven't tried CBD as much. I'll send you some of that.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that.
Well, it's nice having different avenues, because a lot of times too, like some of the stuff will like upset your stomach or whatever, and like acetaminophen and what's the other?
Aspirin and shit. Yeah.
Well, weren't they saying too to be careful about taking ibuprofen during all this, because that was actually like making some of the symptoms like worse or something?
Well, with the blood clots, in addition to potential Ray's syndrome, that's a huge issue as well. That's my point. You can't get Ray's syndrome from smoking a joint. You feel me? Or edibles or anything of that nature. Yeah. Jeremy, what about you, man? Something just makes you smile every day.
My girlfriend. So
that works.
In my life, so just
that works.
Our relationship, my puppies, been really
Jonesy.
I mean, the worst and best parts. Sure. I mean, my, people responding to my artwork has been just unbelievable. Like I really, really wake up every day and cannot believe that people are finding, cool things about it. So that really inspires me and keeps me, thankful and grateful, and hopefully can return the favor to a lot of people out there. So, yeah. For
the record, MC Escher is one of my all-time favorite artists. That's why I know him.
That's great.
So
absolutely.
That's
send me all the stuff about him, man.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
Like other artists now. So you're familiar with Salvador Dali? I know you are. No, I don't know.
Come on!
I'm gonna lie to you, but then I was like, nah, I just don't. So.
Okay, so just cool. Salvador Dali melting clock, and then that'll open up a whole world.
You probably do. You probably do.
I think I do know. I just had melting clock and the image popped in my head. So
it's super iconic. You'd see it, and you'd be like, that's it.
He draws out of the dreamland of his dreams and stuff. So.
There's a documentary somewhere. It's on one of the streaming sites. I got really baked one night and decided to watch it. It was actually really cool because they animated his artwork and did like a slideshow and people would come on and talk about it. It was a documentary. I was like, this is amazing. It was amazing. I love art. I do. I'm a chef. We create art that you can fucking eat. Like that's pretty cool. And now that we can put, cannabis in it, we can alter how you actually feel from ingesting said art. That is art because art makes you feel. It's emotional.
Yeah. I like it.
It's emotional, but it is what it is,
People
so
love trying new things too, like with food. So like if you add that on top of it, I'm already gonna eat. So then you got that in it.
I'm already in it to win it. Yeah.
Food and cannabis at art galleries. What's going on with that? There's wine and food at art galleries, right? What about
sometimes
some cannabis and
absolutely.
Is that going on?
But then again, here's the thing, and he's an artist and he can attest to this. So your art's in an art gallery. They allow cannabis smoking. Some artists would be like, that's going to taint the image, and it could ruin the art. The smoke could ruin the art.
Yeah, well, what about like edibles and stuff? That's what I'm saying. Like you said, it's infusing it in the food.
Are there people in public who you would complete strangers you don't know? Would you trust them on edibles?
I mean,
I didn't
have your stuff in the gallery.
I didn't think so.
Would you trust people
real quick
with wine and cheese? I trust someone on edibles more than I would with wine.
This is true. Well, I'm just pulling shit. But I'm saying it absolutely should be. It absolutely should be. It really should. I mean, fuck it, I'll do it. All right. I know of an art gallery right now in Grand Rapids. I could call them, probably book a dinner, and they'll let us do vapes, but they won't let us smoke, but they'll let us do edibles.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's what I'm saying, man.
Let's do it.
Alter the
experience. Do it. It'll be fun as shit.
I'll put some stuff in there, right?
Dude, I'll send you boxes, dude.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Let me talk to them because I know they're all about new artists and stuff like that.
Sweet.
They love it. Yeah, it's called
really cool.
I want to say it's like the Lion and the Rabbit or Lions and Rabbits or something like that. I could be completely wrong, but I think it's called Lions and Rabbits. Either way, I have their contact info. It's written down somewhere.
Cool.
So I definitely put you in touch with them because if you're in GR shit,
well, that's a cool place for that kind of setting.
Grand Rapids, dude. It
warms up, man, and I'll drive up. So.
Oh yeah. Oh well, glad to have you, man. Glad to have you. Actually, so COVID sucks, but I normally go to Florida a couple of times a year, or I try to, or at least Tennessee, because I've got family in both places. So it's like I loop every year.
Man.
Ain't happening this year, dog. Ain't happening. Unfortunately, Michigan's one of the 10 hot spots in the nation.
Yeah, Atlanta.
Yeah.
It was cool for a while. Now we're record number.
So we're just gonna hunker down in our little bunker, if you will, for a while. Deliciously Dope's gonna, keep doing the show, doing things like that. But we ain't going to France anytime soon, bitches. I'll tell you that. Well, you know what I mean? But I'd love to, bring you on some more, man. Definitely be like, hey, man, how's your journey? Because here's the thing. You're new with this. So we could definitely be like, hey, Palco.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
What's
real quick.
Update?
Yeah, we could do that. Have like a little segment called Hey Palco, man. Throw you on for a minute. Be like, hey, I'm filming here today. A little like snippet. Be like, I'm got my vape just in case because that person yells at me too much. Take it easy, guys. Click. You know what I'm saying? Like, that'd be pretty cool. Like a field representative. That sounds terrible.
Reporter in the entertainment industry. So
hell yeah.
We got
it's probably not my bathroom painting. So
just don't be naked. That's I can explain anything else to the lawyers.
I will be
just
really
don't be naked.
Sometimes clothes are optional. I'm just gonna say it. So
sometimes you
I've already admitted it to people. So.
You realize we have to buy the sensor bar, right? No, I'm just kidding. You gotta pay for that. No, it's interesting.
Generally, there's underwear on, but like
that. There you go. The reason I say that, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and tell them we're trying to go public access with this.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? We're trying to go public access in Michigan for sure, and then wherever from there. You see what I'm saying? I don't know how that works. We're getting nudged that way. We're getting a really good feed.
Hey, if you do, I'm coming up. We're gonna smoke, and then we're gonna set up a paint room, and we're gonna go Bob Ross like public access.
Let's do it. We got to do that spinny paint thing too.
The what?
The spinny paint thing. What the fuck
spinny-
is that called?
Yeah, the spinny paint thing. I have no idea.
I don't know what it's called.
It's basically the same thing like at the carnivals.
Yeah.
They have that just going around. So
But you know what I'm talking about, though,
so
right?
we call that the
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
We could definitely do that. It's cool because I can actually
Yeah.
I can get us a studio. Like I'm talking a whole art studio. So when you come up, Palco, when you come up, whatever you want to do, you want a glass blow, I got you. You want to paint, I got you. You want to sit in a podcast studio and just talk about stuff, I got you. You want to film something, I got you.
We'll smoke and then we'll paint.
Yeah,
we can do all that.
Sounds like an awesome time.
We could paint a wall in the house.
We'll go straight Bob Ross. I want like the same setup as Bob Ross, just like a big
Oh,
old
We can do that.
with happy little paintbrushes right
Yeah.
next to it. So.
Perfect.
Studio, green screen, mic it out, red lines, back it up, hit it with lighting, ambient, Bob Ross style. I'll wear a fake wig with some, joints, and he can do it too.
That's
Oh,
an easy studio to set up right there. That's like the easiest.
Done.
Easy. Bob Ross is just him and his painting.
And I'm
Is
pretty sure I got
his
some
freaking-
Michaels coupons, so we can get all kinds of
Huh.
paint.
He comes out with 10%. What you want? How many newspapers you steal that out of, real quick? No, man, that's awesome, dude. I look forward to that. That'd be pretty gnarly.
Yeah,
So let's
that would
put
be
that at
really
the end of
cool.
COVID. You feel me? Like, let's get that.
Get the green light to kind of travel freely and stuff, man. I would love to.
Okay. Absolutely. Well, I'm not going to ask you to come to Michigan anytime soon. Let's get off the red zone first. You know what I'm saying? Let's make it safe for entry, if you will. That sounds sexual as shit. Probably shouldn't
Once you
have
have
said that.
consent to enter.
Yes, consent to enter.
Bro.
Yeah, becomes the green zone. Green is go.
Hey, this is educational. We're teaching people. You got to use proper vernacular. That's
Well,
the way
if they
to do it.
they don't understand that.
Now
We need
they
to have a
know.
whole nother conversation. Palco will beat the shit out of him.
He never backs down.
No, never backs down. Oh, what? Did you hit him? Did you hit him
Yeah.
with a movie he has been in and a pun? That's
good.
like saying the title of the movie in the movie.
It's like no,
Roll.
that worked out. I ping ponged.
That'll work. I like it. I like it. I love it, man. Hell yeah, man. I'm gonna pick up some of your art soon. Seriously, I'm not. No bullshit.
Later, send me some addresses, man. I'll send you-
Absolutely, absolutely, dude. Because like, I'd like to put that in some shots, man. I feel like I could definitely. I want to put a plate in front of it. Does that make sense? Like, make an artistic plate
Yeah.
and have a good contrast background so I could do more with it. You know what I'm saying?
I'll send you guys some stuff based on what I know of you guys. So
Perfect.
Yeah.
Just make sure you're kind of
trust, and I'll get you guys some cool shit. So hopefully.
absolutely, dude. Yeah, we'll
Thank
send him a
you,
care
James. I
package.
appreciate that.
Hell yeah.
we're
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
we'll
we'll
gonna
return
send you
return the
something
favor.
out.
We'll get you something cool.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
We'll go that solve that we'll send you will work great on your knees if you're having any more like aches and pains on them for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I might give it to my dad for Christmas, man. He just had
Do it.
like
Do it.
surgery, so he's
Absolutely.
cool. So I'd love to convince him to get some CBD stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
The only thing that we would ask is just like, yo, give us that feedback.
Absolutely. I'd love for him to try it out.
Cool.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
Especially for things like that. It's got a few other herbs and things like that other than just the cannabis or CBD, the hemp and stuff like that. So the arnica that I put in there is extraction that I do on the arnica flowers and stuff, and it's something that's people use a lot for trauma healing, bruising, things like that, especially after surgeries and things like that. So might be something that might be a help him with his body assist in that process of getting him back to
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
top shape again.
Absolutely. And again, cannabis recommendations this week, y'all. Dude, Art by Palco. That's why I left it on the whole bottom of the show. Is it's a little runner. The website, he's really leading people there. He's killing it.
Yeah.
He's killing it, y'all. Literally, I want y'all to think, Salvador Dali's vibe meets, Bob Ross's style with a tinge of MC Escher. I'm serious.
That's awesome, man. Like I haven't really been it because people are like, I do notice I kind of go to the nature thing a bit, but then when I do feel uncreative, some of my roommates are like, dude, Bob Ross did that for 50 years, so I guess there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
No.
Happy little accidents.
Happy little accidents.
Yeah.
I mean,
Again-
there's songs that like come on that everybody hears like over and over the same style, so it's fine to come with the
Yeah.
same theme. Yep.
Dude, no, I vibe it.
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing. if you're being compared, if you're just starting out, and this isn't you, but if you're just starting out as an artist and you're being compared to people who like went down in fucking history, that to me is a compliment.
Well,
you know,
start praying for me, man. I appreciate that.
Keep it going, man.
I'll jump on the back, man.
You might as well caboose that shit.
Yeah.
You get up to the second cart, there might or might not be some pre-rolls for you. Just there are. No, I wouldn't ride a train if I couldn't take weed.
There's always more pre-rolls now.
Exactly. But hey, man, thanks again for coming on the show, dude. I love it.
Thanks, James.
You guys can check him out, Jeremy Palco, Art by Palco. Go look at it. It's transcendent. It really is, dude. It really puts you in the frame of the mind of the artist. I can like see what you're putting out, dude. I love it. Check him out in Walking Dead. Never Back Down. You got anything new you're working on you could tell us about?
I just finished with Tyler Perry a show called Ruthless. It's I think it's gonna go out to like BET Plus, or it's already out, but like the second season, the second half of the first season's coming out. I just did Saints and Sinners, another TV show on Bravo where I play a cop, just kind of do some yelling. It was a lot of fun.
Nice.
I mean, other than the art, yeah. But hopefully things start picking up again now that Atlanta's kind of opening up. I have seen productions go back in and auditions being sent out. So
that's good.
I'm hopeful.
That's fantastic.
It's gonna be a good day. Let's start there. Let's just start there.
Yeah.
There you go. And that's good to see. It's good to see. The world's still active, y'all. Let's keep it moving, right? Again, Palco, man, I appreciate it. We're going to have you back on. You guys go check him out and his stuff. Follow him. This guy is going to be bringing you some new stuff. I can't say enough about him, man. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
I appreciate it. As always, I'm your host from Chef Rodney 117 here with Watson. Gorgeous Eric eating from Mothers and Fusions. I'm going to embarrass you every single time. Single time. With the one, the only, Jeremy Palco, man. Again,
by, Jeremy.
thank you guys.
This is awesome, man.
Thank you, guys.
Peace.